session here with our friends from Vale Mining Hub, where they will share a series of challenges that the company is looking at. So without further ado, I'm going to just say that the session is being recorded. And if there are any questions, we ask that you utilize the chat function for everyone. We will then address the Q&A session will happen afterwards, after the presentation. And then I will then utilize the kind of a first come, first serve questions. I will then ask them on behalf of you. We find this way it's a lot easier to handle the people that are on the webinar. So again, without further ado, I'd like to introduce one of our most well-known and favorite trade commissioners, Franz Brandenberger from Belo Horizonte. Franz is no stranger to many of us and is very well, his background is very well suited for what we need in terms of the mining industry. And he's been very helpful, as always, in this regard. So I'm going to hand over the microphone, so to speak, to Franz, and he can introduce our series of speakers here. So over to you, Franz.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Stefan. It's a pleasure to be here today with all of you. We have partnership with MSTA in order to organize this webinar to showcase opportunities in the Brazilian mineral sector. Today we have with us Guilherme Marinho and Rafael Lustosa from New Venture and Claudia Diniz from the Mining Hub. They are going to present to us the MSTA program. This program has been set up by the Mining Hub and is aimed to highlight 15 challenges for global companies to apply to solutions to the mining company Vale. In a nutshell, these challenges fall under various categories, such as energy, railways, navigation, geotechnics, pelletizing, ports, and so on. So they will go into further details on these challenges in a moment. So hope we end up with concrete opportunities for Canadian suppliers. Enjoy the webinar. Claudia, Rafael, Guilherme, over to you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Franz. Hi everyone, my name is Rafael. I work at New Ventures as Corporate Accelerator. We are very happy for having the chance to share this opportunity with you all. And we count on you to send us any questions you might have. So this way we can better help. And also we are all available to schedule some conversations after this webinar. So this way we can get deeper on the program and we can help you all in the best way, okay? So today, so I'm Rafael, as I said. This is our schedule for today. So we will start sharing some information about the Mining Hub and the MSTA. And then we are going to have a brief presentation of each challenge. There are a total of 15 challenges, and I will be with Guilherme explaining them all. And then we will get close to the end of the webinar, sharing some information about the selection stage, the selection criteria, elimination criteria, as well as webinar schedule that you all can watch on the Mining Hub channel on YouTube. So it's also another way to get more information about the challenge and the program by itself, okay? So to share some information about the Mining Hub, I would like to invite Claudia. She is the Executive Director of the Mining Hub. Hello, Claudia, how are you?
I'm good. How about you, Rafael?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity of talking about Mining Hub Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here to talk to you a little bit about the work that we are developing here in Brazil about the innovation in the mining sector. So Mining Hub is, and first of all, thank you for allowing us to get inside your homes, and I hope all of you are well and safe. So thank you again. And Mining Hub is the world's first mining open innovation hub of the mining sector, and we are based in Brazil. Rafael? So we are a collaborative, receptive, and non-competitive environment, and we work on a level of the we work environment, and like we are very open to everyone to come and visit us when we can, of course, because now we are in the middle of the pandemic, so so we cannot visit. We are working from home. So, but when all of this finished, please feel free to come and visit us. So I will explain a little bit how Mining Hub works and how we take open innovation to the mining sector. The value proposition, this is important to say to you that Mining Hub was born and created with a value proposition, which is to transform the mining sector in Brazil using open innovation. And how we do that, we take the challenges from the mining sector and we connect all the actors of the chain, suppliers, startups, governments, universities, and research centers. And it's important to say that suppliers and startups, you know that they can solve the challenges, but also governments and universities, they can help us a lot with the solution of these challenges. The government is like the Canadian consulate, and they are helping us a lot in bringing new technologies to Brazil to think about and build a new future for the mining sector. And we have another countries that are very interested in helping us with new startups, new suppliers, new mining companies to join us and bring the transformation to the mining sector in Brazil. The universities also, and the research centers, they are also bringing knowledge and working on possible disruptive innovation and working with us on hard science to develop different new processes for the mineral processing part of the sector. So how we do this, we get the challenges, we go and talk to all of these connections, we make connections among all of them, and then we bring the solution for these challenges. So we go back to the mining sector with new solutions, solutions with a high impact and sometimes small investment, depending on the type of solution. But together with these solutions, we also bring transformation, culture, mindset, an agile mindset, and knowledge. So this way we can think and build a new future for the mining sector. Next one, Rafael. We already have 23 mining companies that are associated to us. And for Mining Hub, it doesn't matter the size of these companies. They can be large companies, they can be small companies, they are the same one for us because they have the same vote, one vote in our council. We also have some suppliers already associated to us, and the same way as the mining companies, we have big ones, consulting ones, we have equipment production, and a lot of different types of suppliers, but all of them also can vote and they cannot vote, sorry about that, but they can be together with us and participate on the decision of the programs that we bring together. Next one. we have some partners. New Ventures is that where Rafael and Guilherme work. They help us a lot with all the startup programs. IBRA, which is the Brazilian Mining Association, and they also help us a lot with the mining companies themselves, with all the administrative work that we have to develop. WeWork, it's where we are based on. We have a floor on the building of WeWork in Belo Horizonte, Brazil. And we also have like a law firm, Goulart and Colepiccolo, that help us with all the legal issues. FDC, which is a business school, very famous here in Brazil. And Microsoft, which is partnering with us on the Microsoft Office 365 and also the Azure platform. Next one, MSPOT. So at Mining Hub, we have 6 programs nowadays to connect the mining sector with the startups. And then it's important to tell you that the MSPOT is one of the newest ones that we launched during the pandemic period that we are going through. Everything now is happening online, but we have been very lucky and blessed, in fact, because all the programs are being very successful. And we started the cycle 1 being conducted by Vale, the largest mining company that we have in Brazil and one of the largest in the world. And they are doing this for the first time here in Brazil. And it's a very interesting program because they can work specific challenges that are from exclusive interest of Vale itself. Any of our associated companies, they can operate this program. They can be the one that is running this. And Vale was the first one. So we are very glad and very happy to have Vale team working together with us and launching 15 challenges that you can see on our website. And our rules are there. And one important one is to say that the startups can apply for this program as well for the MSTART program that we also have in Mining Hub. And the important point for the startups is that any IP, intellectual property, or the knowledge that is developed during this period of proof of concept belongs to the startup. So it doesn't belong to Vale or Mining Hub. It's very important for you to understand and to know that. So you can use your knowledge that will be generated during the proof of concept period, and this is your own, and you can sell to anyone after you leave the program. So that's a very important part of the program. It's important for you to know. Okay, and now we have the schedule. So sorry about that. So we started the setup of this program a couple of months. That was last couple of months, and we started by the end of April. And this will finish by the end of March next year. So we have a lot of details that you can see on our website, a lot of all the phases that you have to go through. We are right now on the application time. So you go to our website, and Guilherme and Rafael will show you how to do that in the next slides. And then you can apply for your program, for our program, okay? All the challenges are described there, and Rafael and Guilherme will also describe that for you. The important point at this time is that the deadline for applications is coming soon. It is going to be August 9th. So pay attention, be careful, and time is passing very fast. So we wait for you there, and it will be a pleasure to work with you, even from so far away from us, but we are working online, so we are very happy to have you working with us. So Guilherme, Rafael, please explain to them all the challenges that they can apply for. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'll be here to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay, Claudia, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
I am pretty sure they will have many questions and we'll count on you to help them, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I would like to introduce Guilherme. He also works as corporate accelerator at Now Ventures, and he's going to be helping me to better explain the challenge. Hello, Guilherme, how are you?
Hi, Rafael. How are you? You could all see that I had shorter hair on the beginning of the pandemic, and now, well, time has passed.
Okay, so I'll be with you, Guilherme, explaining the challenge. So as Claudia said, we have a total of 15 challenges. Again, the program is equity free and IP free. So basically, you all will have the chance to get an investment from Vale to develop a proof of concept together with them. Again, you can see the challenge and the call for applications. They are all available at our website that can be accessed by clicking this link. So it's not that difficult, mininghub.com.br. Okay, and then you can get all the information about the challenge, the rules and regulations, the schedule, and
The application link as well.
the application link as well.
Yes, you can. Very important. You'll find the application link on our website.
Yeah, in order to apply, we use a platform called Gust. So if you do not have an account on this platform, you will have to create it, but it's not that difficult. You should not have problems doing that. If you do, we are all available to help, okay? So we are going to start sharing some information about the challenge, and then we will start with the energy challenge. And then I will invite Guilherme to tell us a little bit more about this first challenge.
Yeah, just a little information, Rafael, before we start describing the challenges. We have 7 areas of Vale proposing challenges, and we will go through all of them and all of the 15 proposed challenges right now. So this first one is from the energy area, and the main challenge here is to obtain a system that can show with precision a measurement of the consumption of fuel and gas emission on their vehicles. This is very much in line with environmental legislation and which Vale has to oblige to, or has to conduct their operations within those limits of the legislation. So this is a very important challenge to them in order to see how many how's the fuel and gas emissions within their vehicles. And one interesting fact on this challenge is that they have a lot of vehicles. So this needs to be an integrated system to the entire, and the cost has to be applicable to the entire fleet.
Okay, there are some keywords and some technologies we think might be able to solve this challenge. So, for example, some kinds of sensors could be able to do that. Also, IoT solutions. And if you have technologies that could better measure the fuel consumption, I think it works very well. So I think these are the main information about the first challenge. And then we have the second one. Guilherme, please.
Yes, this is the second one from the energy area. They are proposing those 2. And this one is to replace the bunker oil they use to maintain energy when the ship is at berth. So when the ship is at berth and they are loading it with iron ore, they need to maintain some functions of this ship. Well, especially hospitality, lighting, and things like that needs to remain active while the ship is at berth. For that, today they're using bunker oil, but they would like to replace that for more renewable sources energy. And they're looking for solutions which can help them to replace the usage of bunker oil to maintain those functions on the ship while they are at berth and being loaded with the iron ore or other cargoes.
Okay, so just like Guilherme said, we are pretty sure that renewable source of energy could be able to help Vale solving this challenge. So if you do have a solution related to this area, I would love to talk more with you and see what we can do together, okay? And then we are going...
Next area is railroads. This is an important area for Vale, as they have, I don't know if this drawing is the one that's stating it, but there's a lot of lots of kilometers of railroads which are managed by Vale. So this is the main issue for their operation. And this first one involves the effective communication of the field restrictions on the railroad. So while performing maintenance, the field workers need to signalize to the train drivers which restrictions they will face and they will see on the railroads ahead. And those signs are on the weather and on the open field. So they are always subjected to theft, vandalism, or accidents or climate changes, and that really restricts the way this communication of those restrictions reaches the train driver. So this needs to be made more effectively. This needs to be communicated to the train driver with a better precision so that he can predict when to slow down or to choose a different path during his day-to-day operation.
Yes, regarding this challenge, we think that technologies with virtual reality, augmented reality could be able to do that. Also, visual inspections, we think could be a great solution, visual computing, and any kind of solutions that could help them to better signalize these restrictions. So I think these are some of the possibilities of companies, of technologies that can help Vale addressing this challenge. And then we go to the fourth one.
Yeah, so this next one is about the railway workshops and all of the risks the field workers and the maintainers and whoever's working inside a railway workshop is exposed to. So the railway workshop is a pretty hectic place. There's lots of noises. There's lots of people working on different things, and trains going inside and outside and going up and down in order to get the maintenance. So there's a variety of situations happening inside this workshop, which causes for a serious risk of collision between the worker and the train. And the only way Vale has to restrict those risks are on boards and procedures. So those are the only ways in which to prevent accidents from happening. So they need a better way to prevent all of the runover risks that are happening inside a railway workshop.
Yeah, if you have solutions that could help with worker safety, I think that would be very helpful. Also, because as Guilherme said, we have overwhelming of visual and sound information. So any kind of solutions that could help addressing this overwhelming of information, it's also very welcome to help us in this challenge, okay? And then we go to the fifth one, please, Guilherme.
Yes, this is the final railroad challenge, and yet this is the one I said was explaining the amount of kilometers which this railway involves. It's a 1,500-kilometer railway linking 2 different states in Brazil. So this is quite a long asset to manage, and this is what this challenge is about. Within this railroad, there are several assets, such as a bridge, which suffer maintenance from time to time, and they need to better understand on what kind of maintenance this asset needs to receive and exactly where, in a more assertive and a faster way to the field team. So this information is kept in the office. So in order for this information to reach the field team, this takes a process of delivering them spreadsheets and lots of papers, and so that they can actually plan their day and where they do perform maintenance. So this needs to be made in a more direct and effective way.
Yeah, if you work with assets tracking, I think you can help them. Also, if you have solutions with assets maintenance, I think it's also a great solution. If you work with GPS location, I think you can help as well. So these are some technologies, these are some solutions we think that have fit with this challenge, but not the only ones, okay? And this is for every challenge. So I think you guys can tell us better than anyone if it fits on your solution or not. And well, then we're going to get to the GEOTECHNICS challenge.
Yes, this area is only proposing one challenge, but even though it's only one, I think this is probably one of the most important. They need to obtain geotechnical data in dams with people access restriction. So the legislation here in Brazil, when a dam reaches a certain level of risk, there is a no access policy. So there's no one allowed to go into that dam for decommissioning it. And with that access restriction, they still, even though with those that access restriction, they still need to obtain data to assess how this dam is and how it is interacting with the environment. So as no one can actually go to this dam, this generates a very tricky and very high risk process this involves helicopters and a very large process with several complications to assess this geotechnical data. So they need to obtain it without the need for someone to go inside the dam and actually collect samples and perform tests later on. They need those tests to be made inside the dam, or that those data can be accessed with no people involved in the process whatsoever.
Yeah, if you have any kind of geotechnical solutions, I think it's worth applying on this challenge. Also, IoT solutions, we think can help doing that. And also with drones, I think this is also a great option to solve this challenge. So if you work with any of these technologies, again, feel free to reach us out. This way we can help you all, okay? And then we go to the technical marketing challenge. Please, Guilherme.
Yes, there are 2 challenges in this area. They're both very technical ones, and those are actually ones which would require a little bit more of a hard science approach. And this one is the measurement of the FeO, or the iron or the iron oxidate in the iron ore sinter with greater agility. So when when the sintering process is being done, there is no way today to access the level of iron oxidate in the sinter itself. This is done by wet chemistry, and this analysis takes 2 to 3 days to process. So for the technician to actually get those results back and change the way he's performing his operation is impossible, because this operation lasts less than those 2 to 3 days. So he needs this to receive this information in order to actually apply this information to the process it's performing on that date in a faster way.
Yeah, so like Guilherme said, I think this challenge is much more technical than the other ones. And well, I think it has a lot to do with hard science, but also I think we could address it using sensors, but we count on you to show us different ways to solve it. So maybe there is one kind of solution we are not aware of. And if you have it, please get in touch with us. This is also very technical, right?
Yes. Yes, this is also very technical. So during the packaging of mineral particles to form the sinter for the iron ore, there is a process in which they package this material with as much density as possible. So the larger the density, they need it to be as dense as possible in order to get a better quality of the product. And in order to get to this density, to this optimal condition, they need to know the size of the particles that they are placing in the sinter, and how far this is from an optimal condition. So to obtain the most dense possible combination, and how far they are from that combination, and how they can change the size of each raw materials particles in order to reach this better condition, and which can generate more quality in the process for them.
Thanks, Guilherme. I do not have many keywords regarding this challenge, but if you have any kind of system that could measure this density, I think this is a possible way to solve this challenge. And well, again, we count on you to show ways to solve it that we might not be aware of. I think this is one of the greatest things of open innovation programs, because sometimes we do not know how we can solve it, and then this external approach is very helpful. And then we go to the navigation challenge. These ones are not that technical, so
yeah, it's kind of interesting, because we just go to the other side of the spectrum, and this is the 2 challenges from this area are the most management oriented. And they're just as challenging. Don't get me wrong. It's not because they're not linked to hard science that they're not impacting their daily operation on a large scale. For instance, this one is about the intelligent flow of information, of the management of this information during the operation of the fleet of the ships. This is quite astonishing information, but the team that manages Vale's ships receive email 24/7 and around 400,000 emails a year. And all of those emails retain really important information on guiding and managing the ships that transport Vale's product to overseas. And they need to access information which is distributed through all of those emails all around the year and all around the day. And this generates a lot of waste of time on the search for those information. So they need to know a way in which they can filter and access this information more effectively, so that they can lose less information and lose less time.
Yeah, for this one, we have many keywords, and some of them are solutions related to data science, also APIs, data mining, big data solutions, I think could help doing that. I'm not sure, but maybe chatbot solutions could help them also. So, well, I am pretty sure at least one of you will have a solution for this one. So we will be waiting for your application.
Let me just add a different information which I need to mention, and which is really important, is that the most part of this email amount is from external sources. So it's not within their organization. The most of the emails they receive are from other organizations and other companies. So this needs to be a solution which can organize all of this information, even though it's coming from different sources.
Okay, and then we have another challenge from the navigation area, which is called...
Yeah, and this is really related to their human resources, as they as a technician from Vale was explaining to us the other day. There's not a lot of ways in which someone can actually prepare themselves to work in their team. So in the ship management team. So they rely a lot on information and on experience from other coworkers. And this is made in a completely organic way. There's not a tied up system. There's not a system in which they can keep this information. This is made solely on an organic and not automated and not programmed way. So they need some place where they can keep this information, but it also needs to be dynamic. It's not just a data repository of all those qualifications. This is a platform that needs to be really reactive and integrated in their daily operations for it to work.
Yeah, for this challenge, I think the keywords are very similar to the last one. So again, data mining, solutions, data science, big data, APIs, well, why not chatbots? So I think these are some ways to address this challenge. Again, we count on you. Maybe you have a solution you do not know. So if you do, please let us know. And then we'll go to the pelletizing challenge.
Yeah, those next challenges are probably the more mining related challenges, and actually they're probably the most linked to the specifics of a mining company. So this one is during the pelletizing system and the pelletizing process, there is an efficiency reduction in the filtration due to obstructions and tears in the fabric, which filters the iron ore. So they filter the ore in water, and this causes several rips or blocks into the fabric, which actually filtrates it. And they don't have any idea on how the status of this filter is, and when it's going to rip, or when it's going to be obstructed. So this generates a lot of downtime on the system itself, and they don't have a lot of exchange predictability on the filter and on the fabric itself. So they need to change it constantly, and this generates a loss of productivity for them. And also risk exposure, which is really important in this one as well.
Okay, so as Guilherme said, I think this challenge is more mining related. And well, I am pretty sure that solutions regarding filter maintenance could help, but I think this challenge is also a little bit technical. So, well, again, we do not have many keywords. Again, we are all available to see what you all have because we are sure that it might have a good fit with this challenge. And then we go to this next one that's called Strategic Project Management in Visual and Dynamic Way in a Pilot Plant.
Exactly. This one is related to the cube. They have several programs which they need to test in this pilot plant, in the pelletizing pilot plant, and they don't know what it is that is in the queue, so they have no idea on the criteria and how to prioritize the tests that they are going to perform in that pilot plant in order to perform the more impactful tests first, so that they can actually receive more return on investment on those tests, and they can keep simpler, less impactful tests on a later stage of this queue, and test first what is going to generate a high impact.
Yes, I think some keywords would be APIs, solutions, also data science solutions, I think could address this challenge. And then we go to the fourth challenge. We have 3 more challenges, so this way we will get to the 15th challenge we have mentioned. Well, it's a lot of challenges. I'm pretty sure at least one fits your solution. And then Guilherme will tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, so in this last area, this is all related to the harbors and the port of Vale. This one is managing the control of the corrosion, which you can obviously think that this is a really huge problem in a harbor area. And they need to actually assess the protection of the assets which handle the ore, which are huge metallic structures, and they need to manage the corrosion prevention they apply to those assets, to those huge metallic structures.
Yes, I think that tracking solutions related to tracking documents could be able to do that. Also, RPA solutions, robotic process automation, artificial intelligence in general, and maybe some paint that could help reducing this corrosion. I think this is also another way possible. And then we go to the 14th challenge.
Yeah, so this one is really interesting, as it is a very kind of a small piece, which is the spring in the belt conveyor scrapers, but this generates an impact on the whole belt conveyor. So those scrapers need to be tightly adjusted to the belt conveyor in order to clean it. So if this spring is not properly adjusted, this will lead to accumulation of the waste material, and this can cause a collapse in the whole containment instruction and several accidents. So this belt, which is kind of a tiny piece of the whole process, needs to be really, really well adjusted for the whole thing to work. And they're looking for a way to improve their quality of inspection.
Yes, if you have IoT solutions, if you have visual computing, visual inspection solutions, I think you can address this challenge. And then this is the last one.
Yes, this one is also related to those belt to those conveyor belts, and as they are transporting iron ore, they suffer several different types of damages: bubbles, tears. The steel cable goes outside of the structure, and this is quite a long distance of those conveyor belts, and they need to detect all of those defects in a way in which they can manage both the change of the whole conveyor belt and both the maintenance of it as well.
Yes, we think that the technologies that can address this challenge are also very similar to the last ones we mentioned. So IoT solutions, visual computing or visual inspection might be might have a good fit to address it. And then we have someone, thank you so much, Guilherme. Stay with us, please, because
Okay.
you might help us a lot solving some questions they might have. Well, I'm going to talk about some informations. First of these informations regarding the selection stage. So we're going to select up to 6 startups per challenge to the first round of interviews, and then we go up to 3 startups per challenge. This one will be selected to the bootcamp stage, which is the stage that startups will have the chance to plan the proof of concept they will be about to execute. And then we will have 1 startup per challenge selected to implement the book, the proof of concept. These are the selection criteria. So Vale is going to be analyzed: the team, the technological potential, the proposed solution, the business model, resource for the proof of concept, and the potential impact of the solution. See, I am going a little bit faster because I think that this moment will be more worth if we interact with you with questions and answers. Well, these are the elimination criteria. So it all regards to, as for innovation, as for the proposed areas and challenge, as for the delivery of documents, and finally, as for having a legal record. In order to apply, again, you should access the Mining Hub website, which is mininghub.com.br. The deadline is the 9th August, so we have around 2 weeks left to do that. You should not take a long time to finish it. I think around between 20 to 30 minutes, it's more than enough to do that. These are some stages. So we're going to ask for startup data. We want to know more about your solution and also what is the development stage of it. And it's very important to show some information about the team that will be allocated in order to develop this project. Again, you can see the challenge and the call for applications. They are all already available at our website. And I would like to call Claudia again to talk a little bit more about the M-Connect. Hello, Claudia, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here, just listening to you and Guilherme explaining the challenges. So a lot of challenges, a lot of technical ones, and hard science and soft science challenges that you can bring your solution to us. So it will be very helpful. So in order to explain this new program, I'm going to talk for 5 minutes because it's very easy for you to understand what it means, M-Connect, Mining Connect, to connect with us. It's for you that have a solution, a startup and, that has a solution that you think can be used by the mining sector, but it's not inside any of the challenges that we just explained to you. So you can connect with us. There is a platform that we use. You can go inside and show us what's your solution, which startup do you have, what do you do, and then we're gonna call you to have a pitch. to make a pitch to all the mining companies that we have inside Mining Hub. Also, the suppliers are invited to listen to you, and then it's probably a good way of doing business with the mining sector, just showing the solution, just showing the way you see some of our issues and the solution to them. So please go to our website and look for the program mConnect. It's important to tell you that we have a website all in English, an English version of the website. So it's very important, and feel free to go there and take a look at all the programs that we have and connect with us. You are more than welcome. Thank you so much for your attention.
All right, thank you, Claudia.
Thank you.
And then, as we said, we are also having some webinars on the Mining Hub channel on YouTube. So most of them already happened, but we still have two. Tomorrow, you all can watch the Port Area Challenge webinar. They are all happening at 2 p.m. Brazil time. And then next week, we will have the last webinar. And there we will be talking, we will be making an application walkthrough. So if you have any kind of questions regarding any of the challenge, you are very welcome to join us in this last webinar that will take place next week. Well, thank you so much, everyone. We think these are the main informations. We tried to explain it as faster as we could, but there are many challenges. So then I will call Franz, and we are very available to help you all solving any kind of questions you all might have. Okay.
Well, if it's Ryan here, go ahead, Franz.
It's Ryan. Yeah, go ahead, Ryan. Just thank you. Just thanks Rafael, Claudia, and Guilherme for this very detailed presentation. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, you took the words from me, Franz, and it shows how important it is to have those descriptions. So thank you very much for putting context to the slides. There's a lot on each one, but having you describe it and speak to it is very helpful. My challenge was how many companies could I think of per challenge, and I think I'm right off the cuff of my head, I'm 12 out of 15, so I'm pretty I'm pretty excited what can happen. I have a question before I ask the one that's here, and again, if anybody else has any questions, please use the chat function. But my question here is, what if you are a company that has a solution already? It's a commercialized solution, and you're saying, my gosh, this can work. I know how to solve this. Are they still able to participate in this?
The answer is it's no. We are not looking for commercial solutions. We are looking for new solutions, new way of looking at our challenges, that solutions that can be developed together with the mining company. In this case, with Vale, because like in most of these cases, they already tested the commercial solution available. And our ecosystem is incentivizing startups to work with the mining business. And the reason for that is that we want to have a new vision, a new way of looking to the challenges, because they are not new challenges. As you can see, if you take a look, or if you ask someone that it's an expert in the mining sector, you can see that the challenges are there and they already tried to solve it, but we are now looking into a new way of solving them. You know what I mean? To really solve them.
Right. So it could be a go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, sorry, Ryan. We accept any kind of stage of development, okay? But it might be necessary for you to customize your solution in order to participate. So if you already have a solution that it's a product in the market, that's not a problem at all. But you're gonna have to customize it in order to participate. Am I saying something wrong, Claudia?
It cannot be a commercialized one that is already done, that is already ready in the market.
Right.
We have to develop together with the mining company.
Okay.
It doesn't matter the stage you are. If, like, for example, we accept mining startups that are at the very beginning, like they just started, but they have an idea that was already tested somehow, but now they can use the mining company Vale, for example, now to really test this on the operational side. So it's really important to have this solution being developed together with the mining company.
Okay, but if I can kind of maybe work with what Rafael had mentioned there. So if you have expertise that's similar to this, but there's a nuance to this because it's specific to Vale's operations, you could collaborate with each other to develop that very specific solution for what Vale's looking for.
But remember one very important point. This solution will be shared with the other mining companies that are part of Mining Hub. So if it's a solution that is already a commercial one, it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Oh, if it's an existing, yeah, and the assumption, I guess, is that Vale has already did that scan and they've seen this solution and it's like, thank you, but we know that exists, right?
Yes.
Maybe that might be the challenge, is that we could bring something there that they said, oh, we never did see that one. But anyways, no, thanks for the clarification. One was one question here.
Let me just add quickly that this is a very important process and a very important step of the selection process. So this will be assessed on the level of innovation of the solution that's being proposed during the selection criteria that we just exposed.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you could be. Yeah, it could come out right there, and that's okay with you. No, I appreciate that. So if you do have something, and Franz asked this question, maybe it's to Claudia. You know, how to be associated with this mining hub? How do you apply? Is there a cost to this?
The mining companies and suppliers that are associated to us, they pay an annual fee. That is, it is more expensive for the mining companies than for the suppliers. But please feel free to talk to me, and then we can share the values and how the process. It's a small contract that, and you pay this annual fee, so it's very, very easy to be associated to us.
Okay, is this something you would do after you were awarded? This is part of the process that you would do?
I didn't understand.
Oh, sorry.
Question.
You know, you apply to a challenge, you get accepted.
Oh no, the startups don't pay for that. The startups don't pay. The only companies that pay to be associated to us are the mining companies and the suppliers. The startups don't pay to be, unless they want to be resident with us, then they will pay a little fee for renting the space. But the mining companies and the suppliers, they are associated to us, so they pay this annual fee, not the startups. So you don't pay anything to apply for the challenges. Just bring your solutions, and then we will discuss, and then you'll be selected to one of our programs. In the case of MSPOT, you will see the challenges as a startup, and then you will say, my solution is appropriate to this challenge, and then you apply for that. And if you are selected, we'll be working with Vale inside their all sites, but you don't pay anything. In fact, they will get some money, some investment in the solution, not in the company, because we are an equity-free program. So Vale invests some money in the solution of the challenge. And then the startup, in fact, gets some money instead of paying Mining Hub for that. We don't charge the startups.
Okay. Okay.
Just to
Nope,
clarify
that's
that, Claudia, on a little bit more of information, there is on the selection criteria that we on the selection process that we mentioned earlier, which we had 6 companies going to the interview stage, and after that 3 companies going to the bootcamp stage, and from that bootcamp stage 1 would be selected to conduct a proof of concept test. So this proof of concept test is paid for by Vale, and all of the budget that will go into conducting this test is arranged and planned for during the bootcamp stage. There is already a budget available for all of the 15 challenges. You guys can check that out on the call for application and the rules and regulations, which are available at the website. And this budget will be distributed not evenly, but within all of the challenges needs within the bootcamp stage.
Yeah,
okay.
The budget is more than 2 million reais.
Yes, exactly.
250, and $1 is about $0.25. So I think this way you can be more aware of it. Okay, go ahead, Ryan. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but I'm just, I was just going to ask, there's a couple of questions here. One, just, yeah, for all the viewers, this is being recorded. So as soon as this is over, we will convert it. We'll be giving it to Claudia so you can get it up on your channel. And we'll also be sending it out to everybody so everybody will have a copy, because I know there's a lot to digest in this period of time.
Yes, a lot of information.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But one of the questions here was, and I think this is what we're trying to understand too, was, so the platform is mainly for startups. Again, if it's a company with a commercialized product, you would be expecting them to really create I guess a kind of a spin-off that would collaborate with Vale to create that next generation product that you're talking about. This isn't something that has an existing solution to it. It's that's been done. This is about, you know, the assumption again is Vale's seen it. If companies want to challenge that piece, I guess it's through the application process. Like Guilherme said, you know, you can say, hey, I've got this. Are you sure you don't want to try it? And they can say, no, thank you very much. We're focused on this. I think that is that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
I think
it's correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay. No, it's an excellent question. It's just to clarify, how do you engage with this? Because we have a lot of companies up here or listening to these opportunities, and they might have something right now as opposed to something else. But that said, there might be also companies here that are saying, yeah, my expertise in your problem, if we collaborate, we could do something here. And so that would be that thing maybe.
Yeah, and there is one important point, especially for the suppliers, that is happening already in our earlier programs, is that the suppliers, they can partner with the startup that is working with the mining company and become a bigger supplier. You know what I mean? Later
and
on.
that's why you have the associate suppliers there. They're kind of waiting to see what comes out so they can nurture it.
Yes, yes.
Right.
And help them, the startups, to grow as a supplier and maybe be a partner with them.
Right, right.
Okay.
Okay. No, that's very, very helpful. I think, yeah, I think like I said, there's a lot of information to digest, and it's a quiet crowd today.
And
what I like is that
you can send an email later.
That's what I was going to say.
Questions. Yes.
And I'm glad we had it recorded, so as soon as we get it converted over, we can send it out to everyone and they can quickly adjust it, because we know that deadline's right around the corner as well. It's good to know that the application process is fairly quick, you know, 20, 30 minutes. That's good to know. And you know, I'll just wrap up if you want to just say, okay, so Rafael, you just sent something out there. Perfect. Yeah, if I would just want to thank everybody again for being on the call. Thank you very much for giving us this exposure to these opportunities that are there, and understanding a little better what MSPOT is and how it's evolving, and it sounds like an exciting platform. So I'll leave it at that. Franz, if you have any closing words.
No, just to thank you again, Rafael, Guilherme, Claudia, for joining us and make so brilliant explanation about this process with Vale. So thank you again. Thank you very much. Ryan, Stefan, again, thank you very much for your support on this. And that's it.
Perfect. Okay. Well, again, thanks everybody for oh, sorry, you.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to thank you all as well. Thank you so much, Ryan, Franz, Stephanie, for the partnership. And you all can count on us for next webinars. So we keep in touch, okay? Thank you so much.
Yes. Definitely. Definitely.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very
Excellent.
much, Ryan, Franz, Stephanie. Thank you so much. And I also put my email there. If you have any questions, please feel free to send them to me, and we can even to the audience that is there. Yeah. Please feel free to send us some questions. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks, guys. We're really looking forward to receiving your application. If you thought your solution is in any way linked or up to to solve any of those challenges. Thanks a lot, and we're really looking forward to receive all the applications.
Excellent. Perfect.
All right. Thank you again.
Thanks all. Take care. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.